Imagine this, humans, but not as you know them. Picture a world where our ancestors chose a different path, one that led them to the depths of the oceans instead of the vast lands. Instead of walking on land, we glide through water. Our movements are fluid, almost dance-like as we navigate the underwater currents with ease and grace. Our skin shimmers with scales, reflecting the light in a mesmerizing display of colors. These scales not only protect us but also help us blend into our surroundings, making us one with the marine environment. We are creatures of the ocean depths. How did this happen? How did we come to thrive in a world so different from the one we know today? Millions of years ago, our ancestors might have taken a different evolutionary path. Instead of venturing onto land, they could have found solace and sustenance in the rich, bountiful waters of the ancient seas. Instead of venturing onto land, what if they stayed in the water? What if the challenges and opportunities of the aquatic world shaped their evolution in ways we can only imagine? This is not so far-fetched. After all, life on Earth began in the oceans. The primordial soup that gave rise to the first living organisms was a watery cradle, teeming with potential and possibility. Over eons, our bodies would have adapted to this watery realm. Our limbs would have transformed, becoming more suited for swimming than walking. Our senses would have sharpened, attuned to the unique challenges of underwater life. We might have developed webbed hands and feet for swimming. These adaptations would allow us to move swiftly and efficiently through the water, making us formidable hunters and agile explorers of the deep. Our lungs could have shrunk, replaced by efficient gills for breathing underwater. This would enable us to stay submerged for extended periods, exploring the mysteries of the ocean without the need to surface for air. This is the story of what might have been. A tantalizing glimpse into an alternate reality where humans evolved as masters of the deep, their lives intertwined with the rhythms and cycles of the ocean. A journey into an alternate reality where humans evolved as masters of the deep. Imagine the societies we would have built, the technologies we would have developed, all centered around our aquatic existence. Our cities might be vast underwater metropolises illuminated by bioluminescent organisms and powered by the currents of the sea. Our culture would be rich with stories of the ocean's wonders, and our art would reflect the beauty and mystery of the deep. This is our journey as aquatic apes, a fascinating exploration of what could have been, and a reminder of the incredible adaptability and resilience of life on Earth. The most crucial adaptation for underwater life is the ability to breathe. Without the ability to extract oxygen from water, survival beneath the waves would be impossible. This fundamental change would be the cornerstone of our transformation into aquatic beings. For humans, this would mean developing gills. These gills would be similar to those found in fish, delicate and feathery structures capable of filtering oxygen from the water. Imagine the intricate network of blood vessels working tirelessly to ensure we get the oxygen we need. These feathery organs would extract oxygen from the water, allowing us to stay submerged indefinitely. The process would be seamless, enabling us to dive to great depths without the need for cumbersome scuba gear. Our bodies would be in perfect harmony with the aquatic environment. Our lungs, no longer necessary, would have shrunk and disappeared. This evolutionary change would free up space in our chests, allowing for a more streamlined shape. The absence of lungs would mean a significant reduction in buoyancy, making it easier to navigate underwater. This would change the shape of our chests, making them more streamlined for swimming. A streamlined chest would reduce resistance, enabling us to glide through the water with minimal effort. Our bodies would become more efficient, conserving energy for longer dives and faster swims. Our skin would be smooth and slick, reducing drag as we move through the water. This adaptation would be similar to the skin of dolphins, which is designed to minimize friction. The smooth texture would also protect us from the harsh elements of the underwater world, such as sharp rocks and coral. Our eyes would have adapted too, developing a special membrane like that of a crocodile, allowing us to see clearly in the murky depths. This nictitating membrane would protect our eyes from debris and enhance our vision in low-light conditions, making us adept hunters and explorers of the deep. Our ears would be internal, with sensitive canals to detect vibrations and sounds underwater. These specialized ears would allow us to communicate and navigate using echolocation, much like dolphins and whales. The ability to detect subtle changes in water pressure would be crucial for avoiding predators and finding prey. These physical changes, driven by natural selection, would have transformed us into beings perfectly suited for life beneath the waves. Our new abilities would open up a world of possibilities, from exploring underwater caves to establishing underwater communities. The ocean, once a barrier, would become our new frontier, teeming with opportunities for discovery and adventure. Our evolution into aquatic beings would be a testament to the incredible adaptability of life on Earth, showcasing the endless potential for change and growth in response to our environment. In this underwater world, our cities wouldn't be made of concrete and steel. Instead, we might live in structures grown from coral or sculpted from hardened seafloor sediment. These bioluminescent cities would glow in the dim light of the deep ocean. Transportation would be a graceful dance of underwater currents. We might ride domesticated sea creatures or pilot submarines powered by bioluminescent energy. Imagine sleek, transparent pods navigating through underwater forests of kelp. Without air to carry sound waves, we'd rely on other forms of communication. Complex sign language, using our flexible hands and fingers, would be common. We might also have developed bioluminescent skin patterns that flash different colors and intensities, conveying messages across the ocean depths. These underwater languages would be rich and nuanced, allowing us to express complex thoughts and emotions. Imagine a symphony of light, a silent opera played out on the canvas of our skin. Section 5. Farming the ocean, our underwater diet. Imagine a world where our primary source of food comes from beneath the waves. This is not just a vision of the future, but a necessity as we look to the oceans to sustain our growing population. Our diet would consist primarily of seaweed, algae, and fish. These nutrient-rich foods are abundant and can be sustainably harvested. Seaweed and algae are not only versatile in culinary uses, but also packed with essential vitamins and minerals. We might cultivate vast underwater farms, growing kelp forests and harvesting shellfish. These underwater gardens would be meticulously managed by divers, ensuring that the ecosystems remain balanced and productive. Shellfish, such as mussels and oysters, would provide a rich source of protein and other nutrients. Protein would come from schools of fish, herded and farmed like cattle on land. These fish farms would be carefully monitored to prevent overfishing and to maintain healthy populations. Divers would act as shepherds of the sea, guiding and protecting these valuable resources. We'd have developed specialized tools for fishing and harvesting. These tools would be designed to minimize harm to the environment while maximizing efficiency. From underwater drones to advanced nets, technology would play a crucial role in our underwater agriculture. Imagine spears that fire jets of pressurized water, stunning fish from a distance. These innovative tools would allow us to catch fish humanely and efficiently, reducing stress on the animals and ensuring a sustainable harvest. Our understanding of marine biology would be far more advanced, allowing us to manage ocean resources sustainably. Marine biologists would work alongside farmers and fishers, using their knowledge to protect and enhance underwater ecosystems. This collaboration would ensure that our underwater diet is not only nutritious but also environmentally responsible. Section 6. Dangers in the deep, predators and other threats. The ocean depths are teeming with predators. Sharks, giant squid, and other formidable creatures would pose constant threats. We'd have to develop defenses, perhaps using bioluminescence to startle attackers or camouflage ourselves against the seabed. Natural disasters like underwater volcanoes and earthquakes would be a constant danger. We'd need early warning systems, perhaps using networks of bioluminescent creatures to signal danger. Section 7. Aquatic. Tools for an underwater life. Our technology would be radically different. Forget about fire and electricity. We'd harness the power of bioluminescence for light and energy. Tools would be crafted from bone, coral, and shellfish designed to withstand the immense pressure of the deep. Imagine weapons that fire venomous spines or armor plated with the scales of giant fish. Our understanding of marine biomechanics would allow us to create incredibly efficient underwater vehicles and tools. Section 8. The best of both worlds, pros and cons of underwater living. Life beneath the waves has its advantages. The ocean is a vast and unexplored frontier, full of resources and wonder. We'd be free from the constraints of gravity, able to move in 3 dimensions with grace and agility. However, there are drawbacks. The ocean depths are cold, dark, and unforgiving. communication would be limited, and the dangers from predators and natural disasters would be ever present. Section 9. A final thought: the endless possibilities of evolution. The evolution of underwater humans is a thought experiment, a glimpse into a world that might have been. It highlights the incredible adaptability of life and the power of natural selection to shape creatures to their environment. While we may never know for sure what lies beneath the surface of other planets, imagining the possibilities of life evolving in different environments can help us better understand our own place in the universe.